Welcome to the Moonlight Message. I'm your AI host, Christopher Simon. Tonight, we'll explore the day of Good Friday. On Good Friday, Christians remember the passion of Jesus Christ, his arrest, trial, crucifixion, death, and burial. We begin with scripture from the Gospel of John, chapters 18 and 19. Then Jesus, knowing all that would happen to him, came forward and said to them, "Whom do you seek?" John 18:4. They answered him, "Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus said to them, "I am he." John 18:5. When Jesus said to them, "I am he," they drew back and fell to the ground. John 18:6. So the band of soldiers arrested Jesus and bound him. John 18:12. Then they led Jesus from the house of Caiaphas to the governor's headquarters. John 18:28. Pilate entered his headquarters again and called Jesus. John 18:33. Jesus answered, "My kingdom is not of this world." John 18:36. For this purpose I have come into the world, to bear witness to the truth. John 18:37. Pilate said to him, "What is truth?" John 18:38. Then Pilate took Jesus and flogged him. John 19:1. And the soldiers twisted together a crown of thorns and put it on his head. John 19:2. They arrayed him in a purple robe, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" John 19:2-3. Pilate said, "Behold the man!" John 19:5. So they took Jesus, and he went out bearing his own cross. John 19:16-17, to the place called the place of a skull. John 19:17. There they crucified him, and with him 2 others, one on either side. John 19:18. Pilate also wrote an inscription, "Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews." John 19:19. They divided my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots. John 19:24. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing nearby, he said, "Woman, behold your son. Behold your mother." John 19:26-27. After this, Jesus, knowing that all was now finished, said, to fulfill the scripture, "I thirst." John 19:28. When Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, "It is finished." John 19:30. And he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. John 19:30. One of the soldiers pierced his side with a spear, and at once there came out blood and water. John 19:34. They took the body of Jesus and bound it in linen cloths with the spices. John 19:40. Now in the place where he was crucified there was a garden. Because the tomb was close at hand, they laid Jesus there. John 19:41-42. For modern-day Christians, Good Friday is the solemn remembrance of the price of our redemption, a love that bears our sin, a cross that reconciles us to God, and a hope that prepares our hearts for Easter. From all of us at the Moonlight Message, we wish you God's blessings always. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, so you'll never miss an episode.